Hey guys, in this video I'm just going to go over my mana stacking character that I just started, playing yesterday. Just kind of got some nice gear for it. I would say this is still only like 20% of the total gear. It has a lot of gearing to do, so it's a very strong. I already do like 3-4 trillion DPS just as baseline, putting some decent gear together, and that'll probably more than triple within like a day or two. So main thing you need is this to 100% to play mana stacking. That's like really the only main requirement. Before then you shouldn't be playing mana stacking stuff, you just play energy shield or life. So you get, I think, 53 from your class and your talent tree, and then you're going to need 47 from gear. So that's probably going to be 2 or 3 pieces. So we can do helmet with it. They don't even necessarily need to be T1 or T0 rolls. But if you do have T0 rolls, that frees up some room, and then you can get a little bit on slates if you need to. Or I think even Kismets have it, so definitely have the flexible. Where most of the damage comes from are the gloves. You're spending a ton of mana, so this is going to cap your crit if you have really good attack speed and you're spending a ton of mana with a good mana pool. I just got there with a 21k mana pool and I'm attack speed cap. So this multiplies into the shield, which also similar. You're getting all of your flat damage basically from this. So these two kind of multiply. These are kind of like core items that you need to have, ideally with better rolls than worse rolls. And then attack speed caps at 30 per second. So kind of hitting all 3 of those breakpoints, you're going to have crazy damage. Just kind of go through every single slot of the gear kind of briefly. Like, a lot of this gear is not fully rolled, so, shadow quant stuff, priceless item, that kind of thing. You can use like double damage instead of shadows on your ultimate mod, and then this can be like armor pin or LE pin, doesn't really matter. Other than that, move on. Just generic stuff. The crit rating thing here, I'm attack speed cap, so I don't really need more attack speed, so I'm just putting crit on it, and it pushes me to the crit cap. These kind of numbers kind of fluctuate depending on your other gear and like your slates and stuff. Rings, I just got some filler ring right here. It's not even a priceless ring. That'll come eventually. I got one with Fizz Cold. You could also get Killed Infiltration or like a Curse or something like that as your basic base affix. There's also immune to certain debuffs. There's a bunch of stuff that's really good here that you can get on rings. Mana percentage mana, really good. Double damage suffix. I would take the resist for my ultimate mod. A lot of people are taking pin as their ultimate mod, but it's hard to really cap res. I'm not even capped res. I don't even really die even with this res, very rarely. So that'll go up as my gear gets better. Boots, I think Lone Walkers are the best, but they're pretty expensive, and I think I want a big roll when I do that, so just got some filler boots. These aren't even that expensive for this priceless suffix, but yeah, you want like pen or something like that, or movement speed or some thing that you like. This hasten mod and these attack speed mods really make it easy to cap. There's also I don't even think I have. Yeah, you can. There's definitely some fluctuation with choices here. You can have like movement speed if you really want it. I didn't take it. You zip around so fast with your 30 attacks per second type stuff, right? So you're fast. Belt. So this enchant's like really expensive. You could also use like frostbite or like +1 attack early on. I probably wouldn't put this on because it's like 4k FE plus or something ridiculous right now. Just to even put this on a belt, it's kind of troll. So I wouldn't do it until you have like a really nice belt, preferably with this mod minimum. I would say corrupted mana is big. So spell amp, low life. If you don't have this belt, that means you can run spell amp, but preferably you start with this belt if you are playing this build, and then this mod is good for the mana stuff. Phantom, good corruptions are like mana percentage, and I think the sealed one at like whatever the mineral is, I think it's like 12 or 13. That corruption's really good, but every corruption here is pretty good. I'd say the weapon amp is probably the weakest of all of them. We'll work on that later. Chess, there's a bunch of stuff you can have. I'm actually playing the Explodey, whatever you want to call this. Otherwise, this would be an int roll here, I believe. And actually, is that true? Yeah, I think it'd be an int roll, and then I would use like Aura Effect or +1 curse on the prefix if I had another curse like Timid on a ring or something. Otherwise, one of these suffixes would be like Aura Effect. I don't really stack that many auras yet because I forgot to say on the shield. The corruption you want is actually the sealed mana one. It's probably like mana and sealed mana are probably the two best. This one's great too though, but sealed mana and mana are probably the two best. It lets you run big auras. I'm only running one big aura, which is here, let me show you a second. Do the helm. Helm, +9 support, really good. And then, you know, generic stuff. Your other ultimate mod is this mind over, this mana taken mod, whatever you want to call it. That, you know, stuff crafting on these to try and pump it up. So, same thing with the, you want some kind of like armor pin, LE pin, same with the chest, armor pin, LE pin. These aura effect ones are pretty good too. So, what I was saying was mana stuff. So I'm just running double, like, Ice Focus and Thunder Magus, dude. Thunder Magus increases your attack speed, so it's kind of good. Additional attack speed, additional damage. And then this one is just cold stuff, right? Additional cold damage. And then Frigid Domain, I don't have the precise one yet. I haven't bothered to buy it, but I forget what else you can use, like Fearless. There's a bunch of auras here that are pretty good. And then you got like Weapon Amp from your Amulet, and then you got Spy Amp on your belt. There's a bunch of there's some flexibility here with your skills, but this is what I got set up right now. A lot of this stuff will change. Just kind of put it together to what you want to have on your dude. So, you know, Curse for cold damage, and this little buff thing for more cold damage, and then Bull's Rage for damage. And people are using the mark. I forget what it's called. Then slates. So I haven't even bothered to buy Pedigree yet, which is a big upgrade for sure. I just, you know. This main thing is you get the most mileage from this mod typically until you hit attack speed cap, the 20% attack speed and 15% mana. This is like the strongest mod in general that you can get on slates, so a lot of these random slates that I'm using just have them. These aren't even good slates, a lot of them are like kind of troll. But the other mods you kind of need mandatory on slates are this. You need this mod somewhere. This is very important to have. So this is like tying into the multiplication of your like glove spending for the extra crit and your shield spending for the extra flat, so you have to have that. It's a big damage increase. You have to have it, otherwise you're gonna do like no damage. And then I don't even know if I have one. Like mana per int is really good. Divinity Slate limit 1. I don't even have one, so I'm missing some mana there. Some fine tuning. Shadow Quant's good. This mod's really good too if you need attack speed. And then, you know, just generic stuff, mana, whatever. I haven't rolled any good crazy slates yet. This mod's pretty decent, 15 max mana. I don't even need this 8% damage taken from mana before life, but, you know, maybe you do if you're trying to get this set up. Good things on pedigrees are, like, I don't know, there's like 20 of them. Like full load, trade-off, insight, chili. There's like genuinely like 20 different ones that are pretty good, so I'll just kind of show you these things. So, there's our chili. If you don't have chili, you can get peculiar vibe or vice versa, like from a slate or from a thing. Winter is good, insight. Just kind of, you know, you're getting a lot of mana. I took the AoE stuff. AoE, I think, works with the, I don't know what it's called, the Frost Spike skill. I think that's what it's called. Mind Focus, mana are both good. I think Full Load is the best one. Full Load and mana are the best two here. Mind Focus is like mid, I would say. So these prisms that they added this patch, I haven't even really like min-maxed this at all. I just have like some random thing in here. Just like micro manas are really good on these. And then you can also use like the inverse image thing and stuff. There's like some crazy stuff you can do. It's like pretty expensive, 10, 20, 30,000 plus range. So I haven't bothered to do any of that. But here's your 8% damage taken from mana mod. The mana per int mod, these are really good. And then like all these lines at the end of this are like really strong. This one's kind of mid, but it's still good, worth taking. Lich, that's like our support thingy. Helps us run our auras. So and then just kind of taking some stuff. If you don't need the sealed mana comp, you don't have to click these nodes, obviously, depending on like how your character's set up. But there's that stuff. Trade-off, very, very strong. You want to have this. Falling Leaves is good too. So again, this is like slate options or pedigree options, these two. So trade-off, really, really strong. It's like crazy damage, like for me, like 60%, 50% damage, something like that. Shadow Quant 1 is good, and then other than that, you're just kind of like taking generic stuff, damage, attack speed. So that's the skill tree stuff. With trade-off, just make sure you have no attributes on your gear. This needs to be at least 0/0 for trade-off to work on both things. If you even have 1 strength or 1 dex, for some reason at negative, it basically counts it as 0, even though, you know, they're not technically, you know, my dex is technically less than my strength. It still gives me both buffs, I've checked. So it's kind of weird how that works, but it does. Anything else? Is that pretty much it? Memories. I have like filler memories right now, but you want the mana mods, int, I would say int and mana priority. There's like, you know, I need a little bit of crit, so I took the crit. You can take attack speed here. Block is really good for survivability if you want survivability stuff. A little bit of block, attack speed. So this one needs to be mana, attack speed. Important. Again, attack speed is good. There's a bunch of stuff you can get here though. +2 hero traits is obviously the best. And then we're taking full left line here for mana. If you're not playing mana stacking, you don't take, you know, you take the other stuff. But that's pretty much it. This character is really, really strong. It does take a bit of gear to get it set up to where it's strong. I would say I probably don't like playing this, I think, until you have like the main unique items. So the gloves, shield, belt, and the amulet. You can definitely play it, and it's definitely good, even without all 4 of these items at the same time. But I feel like it's just easier to play as a energy shield setup or a life setup before just pure full investment in mana. So that's basically how this character works. Hopefully that is useful for some people. Thank you. Goodbye.